Okay, back at Laguna Seca. Kind of a rainy morning, but I think the sun's about to come out. Let's take a look around. It is great to be at Laguna Seca Raceway again. This is this famous racetrack here in Northern California. We're back with the good people at Allenberg Racing, who are just awesome to work with and so good at what they do. So looking forward to the next 2 days of filming. Unfortunately, this morning has been super rainy, so it's just been scouting around with the 7-inch and a GoPro, kind of waiting for the weather to clear up a bit.
You got your sub belt.
Great start, Jason.
I didn't like that.
Once the weather clears and the cars can really start moving, we'll send up the red Komodo on the Money Shot Mini, which is a big FPV drone. And then tomorrow we've got the heavy lift team with us also, so we'll be flying 2 Komodos at different parts of the track. It should be a great couple of days of filming. All right, game time. This is the Money Shot Mini with the red Komodo on it. My goal with the edit is to have something of an overview of the whole track. So we're taking a turn-by-turn approach and camping out and knocking out sequences at each of the significant turns around the track. So first up, now that the weather is cooperating, is to head up to the famous corkscrew section of the track. Okay, we are heading up to the corkscrew. Kind of shoots this track's famous twisty, crazy downhill section, 3 turns in a row that are pretty extreme. So it's kind of one of the features that makes this track famous. But it's really hard to capture with the drone because it's down in these trees. It's a steep decline. It's hard to get close to, but we think we have a good vantage point to launch from to finally get like a good sequence shot on the famous corkscrew. We scouted it out earlier and came back now that the rain has stopped to give it a fly, see how it does. Okay, that's some solid looking footage of the corkscrew here we were able to fly kind of right at this from this vantage point. You can kind of shoot right up the road there. Tempting to shoot under the bridge, but I want to be a little conservative on day one. Make sure we're all welcome back tomorrow for the second half of this thing. Looks good. A really great sense of speed going at the cars as they come down that crazy turn there. So next we're off to the big hairpin, which is this track's turn 2, big crazy hairpin, and onward and upward. All right, Chris, ready? Turn 2 at Laguna Seca is ridiculous. It's the Andretti hairpin. Probably even more ridiculous when the track is wet like today. I'm using the straight section of track leading into the turn to set the scene, and then capturing the cars head on as they come out of this relatively slow maneuver to give it a sense of speed. And that's the hairpin. A couple more turns up to the back straight, and then we'll have the track covered. The Komodo on the Catalyst Machine Works is working really well for this kind of stuff where we want that 6K image that grades so well, that works so well in the edit, that's easy to stabilize and move the color and exposure around, but then also, you know, a small enough camera to move in some pretty exciting ways like this. Shout out to Neil and company at Catalyst Machine, and to Red, of course, for this cool little camera that's so easy to rig. Then Chris BJULAND is here, crushing it on logistics and crewing and shooting a lot of footage on the ground. And of course, shout out to Alan Berg and his team at Alan Berg Racing. A cool group of people. They are experts at what they do, and they're good teachers. So if you ever wanted to come hone your skills as a race car driver, or maybe start down that path in the first place, check them out. There's a lot we can do with the technology these days to really capture the energy of an activity like this, and this is a great example of that. So hope you're digging it. All right, see you in the morning. We're rolling a little deeper for day 2. I have OG drone pilot Lloyd LRANOLA and the Bay Area's finest first AC, Jansen Aduzawojo, with me today.
Just in case. Is it good for you, or do you want to? Look at that.
We are flying my BFD heavy lifter here with the Komodo on it to add the traditional stabilized aerials to the edit, and this is a buttery smooth platform and a total joy to film with.
I'm gonna go backwards.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, the light looks nice on it.
Okay.
We run the heavy lift as a 2 or 3 person team with a dedicated pilot, camera op, and for challenging shots, a director too. It flies for a long time and has great range, so this way of filming lends itself well to carefully crafted shots. It's definitely a cinematography platform and a precision camera motion tool, especially in the hands of a seasoned team. But we have a lot of ground to cover and are taking the divide and conquer approach, shooting simultaneously at opposite corners of the track. Yeah, now you add some race cars. Been out on turn 4 and 5 here, because the mother's straightaway, trying to just get like that, get that timing right to drop in behind a car and follow it down the straight, because they come in. It's a straightaway, so coming off that turn, the cars are really accelerating, and then slowing again when they get to the turn at the end. So it's an interesting challenge to drop in with enough acceleration to kind of soar with them, like a foot or two off the ground, and then clearing under the bridge here. Yeah, I'm glad to finally get that shot looking good. The one that finally worked, like skimming the top of the bridge is cool, but I really wanted to get under it. Yeah, I'm glad we finally got that clip. I had to work hard for that one. So our goal with the heavy lifter is to create establishing shots that lead into some of these turns and some of the cool parts of the track, and then to have kind of scenery and context for the track that we can use as transitions or in and out. So it takes teamwork and planning, but it's a really precise way to film. The FPV drone, on the other hand, is much faster and moves in a much more fluid way. It's all manual, and it's up to the pilot to guide the viewer through the scene, and it can be a real blast. And if you happen to be two great drone pilots in an amazing space, why not do some air-to-air? Alright, so that is a wrap at Laguna Seca this time around. Big thank you to the team, to Chris, to Lloyd, and to Jansen, and thank you to Alan Berg for having us out again. And also big thanks to the team at Laguna Seca for helping us do this legally and insured and making sure everything was totally safe. And then also to Alan's team for putting up with these noisy birds buzzing around for 2 days. That'll do it. Alright, y'all, see you next time.